we have taught Dhamma's quality in the previous lesson. So usually it is in the chanting book. We usually recite like Itipiso Bhagava Arahant Samma Sambuddho. This is the Buddha's quality. Sakado Bhagavata Dhammo. This is the Dhamma's quality. Saubhadipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. These are Sangha's quality. So it can be found in the Visuddhimagga commentary, especially in a way of practice. So it is also one of a meditation method to practice, like a Buddha's quality. So if someone want to reflect, want to recollect Buddha's quality, have to approach in the secluded place. After that, have to recite those qualities, Saubhadipano, Bhagavato, Savaka, Sangho, in the mind. So meditation usually working in the mind, but reciting also good, can produce kusala, like a chanting. So we need to know meaning. Even we don't know the meaning, if we recite, it is producing good conduct, verbally. It is also okay. But if we know meaning, it is better. So remembering good qualities, it is good. So Saubhadipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. Savaka Sangha. Savaka is a disciple group. Bhagavato is of the Buddha. The Buddha's disciple is Saubhadipano. Saubhadipano is a Suambhadipana, well practitioner. Buddha's disciples are well practitioner. That means well practitioner means practicing according to Buddha's teaching. Not shrinking back, practicing like not shrinking back, not hesitantly practicing, like without happiness, not like that. So, not opposite practicing, according to teaching, according to truth, according to right practicing. So, Dhammanu Dhamma Patipada, practicing according to practicing in Dhamma, which is a suitable supramundane Dhamma, like a Megaphala or liberation, like that. So some are just not having a chance to practice the right Dhamma, so they happen to approach wrong teachings, although they are practicing, but no beneficial. In the past, even in the Buddha have practiced, like sleeping on the thorn, so keeping fire, front and back, besides, sit under the sun. It is called the Benjadapa, very hot, five burning, surrounding four, above is sun, so especially to reduce attachment. So it is, we're not attached because of very suffering, but it's not the way to remove attachment. So in this way, they happen to practice. Those are not well practitioners. Although they practice, although they want to get liberation, but their way is wrong ways. It means not Saubhadipana. So first of all, here mentioned what is about the grammar ways, the word definition. Sopaṭippanna is a well practitioner. Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, the Buddha's disciples are well practitioner. Su is well. Patipanna is practitioner, well practitioner. Well practitioner means no opposite dharma they practice. Practicing in dharma which is suitable for the liberation, for the attainment. So it is a Sopaṭippanna, generally well practitioner. So can reflect in this way. Later will come a bit detail. What is a well practitioner? So a well practitioner is no opposite practitioner. According to Buddha's teaching, not fail practicing. They practice, not fail practice. If you go in this way, will be very sure, like 3 refuges, 5 precepts, concentration, vipassana, those things. It will not fail from the benefit. Even in bhikkhus, if follow Buddha's rules, concentration, wisdom, so they will have a benefit quite clear. So it means well practicing. Okay, Savaka. Savaka is a disciple who listens to Buddha's teaching. It means listener. Listener means a disciple. Sangha, another definition is Sangha. What is a Sangha? Sangha is which is a grouped or group of disciple. Grouped by what? Grouped by morality, grouped by view. Another way, grouped by rules, grouped by view. So that is a noble persons who improve in Dharma. So their rule is the same. Let's say 2 to 7 rules. Nobody break. They may, they may relinquish or they may abandon their life, but they will not break this rule. 2 to 7 is just a basic foundation, actually. Thousands of millions of rules have. If a detail, they will not break intentionally, because in each have a small rule. So if many, all are very clear, mostly very clear. What kind of thing, if you do, what will be like that. Some are rule, some are obligation. For example, if a bhikkhu go to toilet, have to, if in a monastery, have to remove this upper robe outside of the toilet. So before going into toilet, so need to cough. Nowadays you may have something, but at least need to knock. So open the door. Before standing there on a seat, cannot lift up the rope. So stand on a step and lift up the rope and step. So have to, in the past, use sticks. If it is rough, cannot use something like that mentioned. So still, after finish, stand there, trying to cover the cloth. After that, only can walk. Something cannot go to toilet quickly. Also, cannot do urinate by standing. Because of this, at the airport, those things for the men, bhikkhu were not used. Only will go to toilet, so to sit. So something have those details. Because of this, if someone practice morality, already some concentration they have, many details. So for those who can be mindful, a lot of kusala, because they are doing with the faith, so many jobs, also they are happy to do. Maybe you may think tired like that, because you cannot focus. In the same way, even in breathing, for those who can pay attention in every hours and minutes, they are happy to do so. They are not burdened. So their mindfulness is very, very strong. If they mark distance from here to there, every single breath that they can know will not fail like that, if improve. So something in this way. So it is very important, especially if you really want to practice. Sometimes some people may know, for example, they have cancer. So if so, you may be more serious. So who reflect like Maranasati about the death, they want to do like that, serious way. So because of this, Buddha's teaching will guide very, very detailed if really want to practice. Normally, lay people enjoying something, do something, it is also can do. But very effective way also they may be able to use. So those have those rules are mostly quite clear. Clear means we have books, teachers and books. So everybody go by books. So we cannot change. We may not follow. If not follow, we may say, I cannot follow. That's my weakness, but not trying to change. What is right or wrong is already there in the rule. So it is different from some other learners. Some are like, if we cannot follow, they may say, may not be correct, booked, something. If so, cannot be united. We can be united. Why? This is our rule. So if you fail, you trying to follow me like that. So because of this, grouped by rules. Rule is clear. If so, can group which one, who is wrong, who is right. If something, if you see something differences, very little different may have, but mostly, if we discuss who know Pali, so especially 6 Sangha Council books. So because of this, based on that, if we discuss what is the rule will appear, if so can be united. So one thing is grouped by rules. Another thing is deity, grouped by view. View is a dhamma. Rule is a vinaya, discipline. So view is especially Sutta and Bidama. Sutta is what is right or wrong, which kind of intention, which kind of view is right, which kind of view is wrong. So all these are in the book. For example, thinking self and non-self. Non-self is correct. Beautiful fallenness. So fallenness is correct. So something like that. So about the concentration and wisdom, I need to think as a suffering? Happy birthday or dukkha jati puna. Suffering birthday or suffering birth is suffering or birth is happy. So like that, which kind of view we should think every time. Even like reflect the Buddha's quality, good or not good. That's it. In the book, have reflect the Sangha's quality, good or not. It is good. So something like that. So you earn money. Do we enjoy? It is akusala, not right view. So to earn money for sustaining life, take care of parents, mother and father, own self, something like that. If so, it is good. You should do something like that. Now we are giving Dhamma talk. Do we famous or not? So something like that. Although giving in talk, it is wrong, for example. Or you really want to give Dhamma, Buddha's teaching or not. In the same way, listeners, if I come and listen, other people may think, oh, this one have a lot of faith. Something like this. So every jobs or intentions for those who learn Buddha's teaching, which kind of view is right, which kind of view is wrong. So especially about that, like Four Noble Truths, like Four Foundation of Mindfulness, those things, they don't have different views or are the same. All views are there in the book. Now it is in the book. But as I know, for the noble person, they are already clear in their body. They can decide what is right, what is wrong. So they are more correct. So for the ordinary bhikkhus, we try to follow those rules, but sometimes it may break. This is mainly noble persons. All views are the same. They no need to argue each other. So rule also the same, like that. Because it means sangha, grouped by rules, grouped by views. So surely very easy to be united if there is a simple mind. These are Buddha's teaching. But must know those Pali books, must understand. So if someone understand, if someone accepted 6 Sangha Council books, if so will be clear. May have some other monks. What is your rule? Must know. Originated from where? Must know. Cannot create own self. If you create your own self, you should not, be Buddha's disciple. You go your way. But some Buddha, everybody respect, most of people respect Buddha. So because of this, they may stay another Buddha. But if not follow Buddha's rule, it is not proper, not good. You can stand yourself if you want to create as a religion person. That is go your way. But if you stay another Buddha's teaching, must be clear what is Buddha's teaching. Must be clear. So, which books? So if not have fixed books, this one may practice this book, the other one this book. How can be? How to be united? So because of this, should keep like 6th or 5th or number 4th Sangha Council books as a teacher, Pali books. Also should learn those Pali. Should have many people who know, who understand those Pali. If so, they can discuss, they can be united. If you don't know those things, what is Buddha's teaching? Not clear. If so, what is monks practicing? Monks' rules, monks' views, everything are not clear. So, if so, cannot be united. So, now in Myanmar, there are fixed books. Also, who learn, who know Pali is many. They can discuss each other. But some may have a little bit, not discussing. If really the mind is simple, very easy. understanding is not different. For example, who learn English, English book discuss may not be so much different because they know English. In the same way, who learn Bali, who know Bali, among them, if they discuss, each other explain, so cannot be much different. So Sangha means grouped by rule, grouped by view. So rule and view coming from where? Coming from those books, 6 Sangha council books. So it is a Sangha. So Buddha's disciple Sangha is well practitioner. Next one. Ujjopati Bano Bhagavado Savaka Sangho. Only Ujjopati Bano changing. Uju is like a righteous or rectitude, or abstract uju, abstract. So Patibana is a practitioner, abstract practitioner. Abstract practitioner means not bending, not bending. Not bending means not crafty in body, speech, and mind. So that is a ujjopatipana. Not crafty way, bodily, verbally, and mentally. So bodily also must be good, upright, verbally also upright, in the mind also must be upright. So noble person, not just body and mind, they care, body and speech, mind also must be correct, must be upright. So upright practitioner. Okay, ujjopatipano. Next one is Nyayapatipano Bhagavado Savaka Sangho. Patipana already know, practitioner. Nyaya. Nyaya, one meaning is noble practitioner. Noble practitioner. Another meaning is Nyaya is Nibbana. So, practicing for the Nibbana. Practitioner for the liberation, for the Nibbana. Nyaya Patipana. Nyaya is a noble practitioner. Nyaya is a Nibbana. Practitioner for the Nibbana. Liberation. Next one is Samiji Chepatipano. Samiji is respect. Practicing respectfully. Practitioner, respectfully practitioner. So, respectfully practitioner. So, the way they practice very respectfully. So, not just anyhow like that. Very respectfully practicing. So, they were not. Even in their life, they may relinquish. They will not break any rule with intention. Especially noble persons. Even ordinary people, ordinary bhikkhus of the Buddha, there are many bhikkhus really practicing so well. So very respect. Like Bande Rahula, Buddha's son. So they are very famous as a well practitioner. So the Buddha laid down Vinaya rule. So women or ladies or bhikkhus cannot sleep under the same root, the same cover. So there is also one rule. Another rule is even with the lay people, Samaniras, under the same rule, the same cover. Firstly, the Buddha laid down, should not sleep together. So Rahula, the son of Buddha, is Samanera. So other Pandits say you cannot sleep in monastery. So he sleeps in the toilet. Samanera, he sleeps in the toilet. So when the Buddha go toilet, so who are you? I'm Rahula. So why you? Because the Pandits say cannot sleep. So he stay like that. So he is a well practitioner. So also the mind is very gentle. So sometimes a bhikkhu, want to cheat, want to cheat because of younger Samanera. So bhikkhus also love him. So some bhikkhu throw like brooms, rubbish bin. On the way he will come. So he come. When he come, another bhikkhu say, "Who throw this rubbish bin and brooms here?" So the other one say, "I saw Rahula going nearby." Because the bhikkhus must have cannot, although want to cheat others, cannot do telling lie, Not say thrown by Rahula, cannot say like that. I'm so very clever, Yeah, usually clever. because they follow rules. Who follow rules are quite clever. They are saying as if you go to meditation retreat, you need to learn those things. So their intentions are not harm. Their intentions anyway want to cheat. I don't know what kind of use. Tease. Want to tease. Something like that. So I saw Rahula going in there. At that time Rahula here, without saying I don't do or like that. He just take rubbish bin, broom, keep a proper place. Something like that, because he want to practice. He wished to practice. Because of this, other Pandits respect or love him. So they are well practitioner. In the same way about the Pandit Anandas, although other bhikkhu complain, he has some reason for doing something wrong, but he didn't explain, trying to follow something like that. So those are well practitioners or respectfully practitioners. So those are quite many. So different from normal people. So some cases we no need to react opposite, just to follow the right or wrong. When they will know, they will more respect. Something like that. So it is a respectfully practitioner. Okay, about that we should go. So 3. Sopadippanno, well practitioner. Ujjapadipanno, righteous, upright practitioner. Nyāpadipanno, noble practitioner or practitioner for the liberation. Samiccipanno, respectfully practitioner or who practice in a way of respect. So after that, Yatita is these. Chattari is a 4. Purisa Yugani. Purisa, some places as man. Here, Purisa is a basa. So Yuga is a pair. 4 pair of basa. 4 pair of basa is a Sodapatti Megaphala, 1 pair. First and second noble basa. Sakadagami and Sakadagami Mega basa and Phala basa. For example, one practice of vipassana will see Nibbana first time. This is become Sodapatti Magga Phalabhasa. Practice again Vipassana. We see Nibbana. Second time, more clear. It is another pair. Sakadagami Magga Phala. So 2 pair, 4 bhasa. But Magga, first one is a very short time, only 1 second, let's say. So practice Vipassana again. We'll see Nibbana again. More clear. Even anger no more, for example. It is a Nagami, Magga Bhasa, and Phala Bhasa. So we practice Vipassana again. We'll see Nibbana again. 4th pair. 4th pair is Arahata Magga Phala Bhasa. So 4 pair. It is a Chattari Purisa Yugani. 4 pair of bhasa. 4 pair means Atta Purisa Bogala. Atta is 8. Purisa Bogala is 8 bhasa. So 4 pair, 8 bhasa. Noble bhasas are 8. That's a pair, 4 pair. First time C2, second time C2, third time C become 2, 4th time C2 Arahanta. So after Arahanta, no need to practice Vipassana anymore. It is enough. No more life. Really retired. Really retired. So no more jobs. They usually say Katankaraniya. I have done what should be done. Only this job can announce in this way. The other jobs cannot be I have done. Only because of I need to go away. So it is Chattari Purisa Yugani, 4 pair of bhasa. Atta Purisa Bogala, 8 bhasa. 8 bhasa. So Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, that Buddha's disciple is Ahuniyo, another quality. Ahuniyo, previous 4 quality finished. Well practitioner, upright practitioner, noble practitioner, respectfully practitioner. Now, these are 4 pair and 8 bhasans are Ahuniyo. What is Ahuniyo? Ahuniya is Ahuna and Eya joining. Ahuna is some properties which is bringing from far, which is brought far. Some property you brought far from away like that. So like you may bring something from America. It is ahuna, something far from. So should be given for the precious one, like especially who has morality. So ahuna is properties. Ahuniya is who is suitable to accept those kind of properties, because it is coming from away. It is brought from very far. It means that is a kind of gift which is very precious. So only you will give the one who is worthy. So Sangha is ahuniya, the one worthy to accept those properties. Why is it worthy? Because of can produce much benefit. If someone benefited to you, you may give those things. So Sangha is the best. Even if you give a little bit, they can produce, because of their morality, their view, as a karma, can be higher karma. Those people can reborn in the Deva realm, in many times, human realm. Because of this, they are ahuniya, worthy to accept those properties which is brought from far. So, one of the ladies staying in the farmland do popcorn. So, after the Bandikasva come, she donates popcorn. After donating on the way, bitten by a snake, passed away, reborn in the warrior. Her mansion is decorated by popcorn. So her name is, she reflects why she was reborn there. So she knows that. So her name is Laja Dewadita. Laja Dewadita means popcorn Dewa female. So it is in the Dhammapada like that. So it is a very little donation, but can be reborn because of Bandikasva is Arahanta, very worthy. Even a little you give, much benefit is producing. So because of understanding that she can do the Bandikasva, do service like cleaning monastery or pouring water, something. So, 1 or 2 times Bandikasva not noticed. Maybe it's one Samanera or did that. But after checking, he knew Dewa female come and do. So, Bandikasva's type is very pure type. Dudenga Bandi, Duden specialist in Dudenga. So Dudenga means asceticism practicing. So not rule, it is if you want to practice, you can practice. Although not practice, it is not fault. So like staying in the forest, always go to Theravada, not accepting food donated, come and donate to the monastery. He go Theravada every day. He stay in the forest, not accept the food, invitation food. So something like that. Also robes, only 3 robes. Robes also collected from the discarded rags. So something like that. So, you cannot do like that because the Dhamma teachers in the future may teach Dhamma. Bandikasva is accepting ladies' service. I don't want to be like that. So someday he is cold. And so after Dewa female cry, at that time the Buddha come to the Dewa female. So doing kusala is your responsibility. But refusing some like ladies' service, my disciples' responsibility. The Buddha say like that. Because as an example, like Bandikasva, he want to show. Because later he will perform, first Sangha council. He need to be very good person. The Buddha also share his robes, changing his robes. It is a kind of supporting. Even robes, properties, even in the Buddha, he share his properties. It means the Buddha's inheritance, he will accept when the Buddha passed away. It is the reason he do first Sangha council. He lead the first Sangha council. Another reason is even in the Buddha praise him about the like 8 Samabhati, not different from me. Even I'm accepting invitation food, but the Bandikasva is not inviting, not accepting food, something like that. As a Dhamma also, the Buddha share with him, like some are similar, like praising in Dhamma. Because of this, Bandikasva is something very pure one. Want to remove any doubt of the fellow monks. So because of this, everybody respect Bandikasva. So it is his type. Even lay people life, Bandikasva and his wife, all those stay together like no husband and wife. Because usually in the long samsara, Bandikasva types go to renunciation, practice. Mostly they stay with the jhana, many jataka. Also many times they went to the Brahma realm. So because of this, even ordinary, as a lay people, although father mother make them to married, they are staying like a sister and brothers. They can stay. So because of this, not accept ladies' service as called. But the Buddha's saying is, doing a responsibility, doing kusala is you are responsibility. Refusing something is that's my disciple's responsibility, something like that. As a arahanta, he will not have any danger. The Buddha may know. Only others' view, maybe he want to be clear. So sometimes for some people, they themselves are no problem, but have to care others' faith. So some may have a problem. That's should know own situation. So ahuniya is those worthy to accept those things because it can give a lot of benefits. So because of this nowadays we know how to pay respect to Buddha, even in flower, water, you should donate. Cannot think it is a little because of their morality. Also Buddha's teaching, we have a chance to learn those things. And so it is very reliable things to produce good lives. Because our lives are changeable, may not last a long time. Also any time can change. So we need wholesome deeds which can produce those good life. So triple gems are very reliable things. So ahuniya is you reflect sanghasa ahuniya, worthy to accept properties which is brought far from. Next one is coming from far. Awahaniya. Ahuniya is the same as awahaniya. Awahaniya and ahuniya. It is a synonym. This one is mainly coming from like a Brahmin views. Awaniya is the place to donate, the location or the place to donate by coming in from far, by coming in far from. So it is awaniya. Another thing is worthy, someone worthy to puja, even of king or deva. King or deva is a higher, high beings, high class being. So even they come pay respect, come puja. They are big receivers are worthy. It is awahaniya. So for the Brahmins, awahaniya is the fire. In the past, Brahmins they burn fire. They respect fire. So maybe fire is to survive. If no fire, cannot cook. they don't try to stop fire. Always putting firewood, burning, and their way is puja. Fire is worthy to offer, worthy to puja. Like that. But for the Buddha's view, only Sangha, only Avahaniya or Ahuniya. Because the Buddha say, one stanza in the Dhammapada, although puja 100 years by staying in the forest. Making in puja, do the Sangha just for short time, it is better. It is more superior. So, although someone puja 100 years by staying in the forest, it is not superior than just for short time puja to the Sangha. So the Buddha said. So, Avahniya and Ahuniya, it is the same meaning. Just can do worthy to puja, worthy to donate, worthy to puja. So next one is Bahuniya. Ahuniya finish. Ahuniya is worthy to donate something which is brought far, worthy to puja. Next one is Bahuniya. Bahuniya is Bahuna Eya. Joining Bahuna and Eya. What is Bahuna? Bahuna is say donation for the guest. Donation for the guest. So something you may prepare for the guest, especially for the relatives, for the friends who you love coming from different directions. So this one is Bahuna. Bahuna, mainly donation for the guest. Bahuniya is the one who is worthy to accept those kind of gifts, those kind of donations. So it is something special you do for the guest who you love, such as your relatives, your guest. But Bahuniya is worthy to accept those things. Those things. Who is that? Who is a Sangha? So, because Sangha is a kind of guest. A kind of guest is only when the Buddha appear. Sangha is appear. To be appear the Buddha in the world, it is a very difficult opportunity. So Sangha is a kind of guest, rarely come to the house. So another thing is like lovable ones. Sangha is like the most lovable ones because they have they have a venerable demeanor. They are speaking is all the time another rule. Like that, their view is all the time must be correct. Because of their behavior and mind is proper, they are lovable ones. More lovable than some them relatives, some them friends. Friends, some may get angry. We may see some misbehavior, but noble Sangha cannot see any speech which is wrong, cannot see any action which is wrong. So in the same way, cannot see any view which is wrong. Because of this, they are lovable ones. Because of this, if worthy to accept those donation for the guest, Sangha is the best one. Rarely come, those are lovable ones, like that. So next one is Bahuniya and Bahavaniya, similar things. Bahavaniya means the place, the location, to be puja, bringing fast. So if you have many places to donate, you will choose that place first. So it is also Sangha. Sangha should be the first place because this is the most worthy one. the most worthy one. So some say, should I offer or not? Because they have offered someone. They have offered, in some ceremony, offered a ghost, some ceremony, fruits. Should I offer or not? So, the best worthy one you should offer first. But as a Sangha, when the Buddha is alive, one Brahmin usually he donates to Buddha. But one time, he thinks that the Buddha will not come. He is eating in the plate, maybe, in the eating. So the Buddha come. Can I donate or not? Something like maybe leftover or something in the plate. So at that time, the Buddha say, yeah, can donate. We are like a kind of beda, dependent on others' donation. Some bedas are to change their life, to be happiness, need to get a sharing merit, need to see others' donation, need to rejoice, have such kind of beda. So in the same way, we are like receivers, dependent on others' donation, so like a kind of beta. Yeah, as a receiver's view, receiver where only the property gaining righteously or not righteously, only will check these things. You have eaten or not eaten, will not check. But for the donor's side, you should offer worthy ones fast. If worthy one is late, still can donate, but not so, well planned, well arranged. As a receiver's side, only it is useful or not, righteously gained or not. By eating that, is it beneficial or not? Only we check. Low or high, or respect or no respect, may not check. Only will see benefit. In the same way, one time in the Janaka story, Janaka is, first of all, he is a king. Later he want to do renunciation. So want to go out. So queen, his retinue follow him, not to go out. So in the countryside, queen order to make a ban, to ban houses. Our brother told the king, "Oh, your country, you start to leave out, but your country is banning, rivals are coming, so please be king again." No, not my country anymore. Like that. So cannot stop. So in this way going on. So later, a queen following. So on the way in the forest, one of dog come bringing a piece of meat, dry meat. But the dog see people drop meat, run away. So he also going journey, so maybe he may be hungry. So a piece of meat is maybe already baked, so already cooked also possible. So queen thinking, if this again take that, I will not respect anymore something. At that time, Janaka take, eat. So queen very angry and disappointed. This is a worldly view. But he say there is a owner, no owner. Someone relinquished. There is I get righteously. So I will eat and practice. So it is a different thinking way. So because of this, as a receiver, so only one think beneficial or not, righteously gained or not. It is offered or someone used or not used, will not check. It is a receiver's side. But only donor's side, worthy one should be fast. If not, you don't understand well who is worthy for that. So, so our Nihaniya is the place to donate, bringing fast. Because of this, in some sutta, timely donation, about the timely donation. So some seasonal food, flowers, offer fast, the one with morality. It is a timely donation. So in a Buddhist country, like a faster celery, faster fruit in a tree, faster flowers, so trying to find the one with morality. He is the most worthy one. So can produce more benefits. So it is a timely donation. So bahuniya. Bahuniya is a bahuna iya. So worthy to accept guest donation. Another one is worthy to accept a kind of donation which is bringing fast. So next one, dakiniya. Dakiniya quite so much use about this. Dakiniya is dakina eya. The same ahuniya is ahuna eya. Bahuniya is bahuna eya. Eya is something worthy, suitable. Dakiniya is dakina eya. Dakina is a kind of donation, believing next life, believing future life, believing karma result. Not because of just a friendship. If I donate, I will have higher karma, future life. So this kind of donation is quite special, because of not just a friendship. So this kind of donation is dakina. So dakiniya means worthy to accept such a kind of donation. Means receiver must have morality. Morality, good mind, who can high up others' karma. So also, because of this, Buddha also laid down the rule, like monks cannot persuade people's attention or donation by doing wrong ways. By doing wrong way means like giving a gift. This is I'm bringing from Myanmar, present, something like that. So we cannot do. If we do, that is like making a friendship. Originally, you may donate because of believing karma and karma result. That is a very good, very good. It is a faith, donated by faith. Because of giving a gift, if you give, that is just a giving friendship. Your original faith broken. So those are kind of monks that the Buddha say, Gula Dusaka, who destroy relatives. Relatives means the Buddhists are relatives for the monks. So who destroy relatives? Original faith is correct, much beneficial. You donate a little, can reborn, go to destination. It is can produce a lot of benefit. It is a real faith. But because of doing a service for you, giving a gift, saying nicely, like making a friendship. So if because of this, because of those something lay people service, something curing disease, even Bhikkhu cannot cure disease. Even I think cannot give a medicine or like that. Medicine we give, you cure disease. So later, because of giving medicine, you may donate gratitude. So those are not proper for the monks. Those donations are not dakina because of friendship. So Bhikkhu cannot persuade like that. So for example, cannot give flowers, fruits to the lady. For example, BMC we have one mango tree. Some people ask me, can I get a mango fruit? So I not care that mango. I only have to say, according to your desire. So They may think I'm very stingy. So, Kabiyas are arranging those fruit. I say like that sometimes. So sometimes a bit difficult. So because they want to get. In the same way for some Myanmar, I'm staying in Singapore. Oh, you never bring anything. Yeah. We know those things. If I bring, what will be? So, but the problem is just giving is a quite offense, committing offense. It is quite okay. But the worst then is if they donate something, it is cannot use for every month. If for the dwelling place, it is a long time, We cannot stay those things. So it is more dangerous. Whenever we use those monastery, it is committing offense. It is more problems. So anything they donate because of this mind is not proper to use for every month, not for just this month. So it is a very serious case, very serious case. So because of this, we will not give anything. So who we can give is parents. Parents can ask also. Although they don't invite, we can ask parents. I want to get. Also can give. Can give, but cannot change. You are phone, my phone. Please change. Cannot say. Giving okay, giving and taking okay, but cannot do exchanging. So Kapiya, who do volunteer service in the monastery, we can give, but cannot ask. Here's the problem. The volunteer job okay, service okay, but cannot ask something to donate. So who take care of father, mother also, we can give. So relatives, we can ask something we need, but we cannot give for the relatives. The other like brothers, sisters, we can ask if we need something. So if someone invites, whenever you need, please ask me. If so, we can ask, but we cannot give. So only we can give parents. Who do for the parents, who take care of parents. Kapiyas. Kapiya means Kapiya who do service in the monastery. Another thing is, I think, practitioners who stay in the monastery only. Who stay in the monastery. Practitioners. Another one is like a Samanera Dubi, who were ordained. We can give. Another one is someone very poor, maybe from the prison come out, no money, or maybe army fighting, come to monastery, no hope to give it back. If so, we can give those things. So asking is relatives, we can ask. Who invite, we can ask. If not invite, may go in front of the house. Stand. If they ask, what do you need? Can say what I need. If not ask, go another house. Still have many houses, no problem. So have standing way, not do so long, not do so short. Not do so long means see situation. If they want to donate, we may wait. If they don't want, we'll go, not to disturb. So have rules. Rules are quite proper because they're done by Buddha, not disturbing actually. Wish to donate or not only, that's all. Without speaking anything. Silently stand, not so long. If a bhikkhu understand, we'll not donate, we'll move another house. So in this way, can find. So some other rule have for the food and robes, even a hint cannot say, oh, this one very good, very tasty. Cannot say robes. For the dwelling in place, something can say, I like this kind of building. But I cannot ask directly. Cannot ask. Something can say, I like this kind of place. That is the Buddha law. So medicine, I think medicine, if you are sick, at that time medicine can ask. Medicine can ask. But food and clothing cannot, even a hint cannot say, I want to wear this kind of robes, something like that. So have those actually very detailed rules, which is proper for the receivers, for the donors, not to be heavy for both sides. So, so the dakina is such a kind of donation, believing in karma and karma result, believing in present and future lives, with the faith. Because of this, a receiver need to be careful, cannot stay. This kind of mind is believing in receiver, you are higher person, good ones. It is putting you as a higher place. So, because of this, the Buddha always admonish to the receivers. As the person, Dakiniya, who is worthy such a kind of donation, you cannot do some kind of things, like killing, stealing, like that. Because people donate with the faith, not just because of service. You don't, receiver don't do any service. No relatives, no actually, no need to do benefits normally. Dhamma is okay. Also not give a Dhamma okay. Only you trying to not have a much responsibility for the lay people to do. Although they alone stay, own self practice and pure, that is the only main responsibility. Must be pure, but doing helping people or not is that's not considered much, but must be pure. Morality is that is the main jobs for the receivers. Morality must stay according to morality. Like helping people, that's no need. For some can help by teaching Dhamma, for example, especially can help. But like by curing disease, by doing like lay people's service, because the monks are quite free, go here and there. Sometimes you may want to send a message from the Myanmar. While you go to Myanmar, please tell someone whatsoever. But cannot do those jobs, not do those service. If related to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, okay. Something Dhamma book to donate, for example. Maybe Buddha statue you want to puja, it is quite okay. Or for the Pausaraj you want to donate, for example, those are okay. You can pass to Pande. But lay people work. Bhikkhu also cannot do. Lay people also should not encourage. So by doing in this way, people may like you, may donate to you. Those properties are improper. All need to relinquish, need to throw. So, Dakiniya is worthy to accept such a kind of donation. Such a kind of donation. Why? Why is worthy? Because of can produce much benefit. Like you were reborn in a human deva, it is very greater than you donate only popcorn. They gain a heavenly life. So because of this, it is worthy. For her to donate this is very worthy. So because of this, Vanikasva is Dakiniya, the one worthy to accept such kind of donation. So next one is Anjali Karaniya. Maybe we are a bit late. We should stop. Huh? Next time. Next time. Okay. So if there is a question, you can ask. Is there a difference between the forest monk and monastery monk? Forest monk because we yeah.
Is it because they live alone? We call them forest monk, or so, how we differentiate?
Staying in forest is one of like something to dinga. Forest is less object, proper for meditation, but not like a must do. Although stay in a city, if you can follow Vinaya rule, that's not breaking a rule. First of all, a rule is important. If break a rule, especially among bhikkhus, we can complain. Also need to confess. So staying in forest, just higher quality to have. So more their mind is more possible to be pure. More possible to protect the rules, but not must stay. Although stay in a city, although in a stay forest, as long as you can follow rule, other monks cannot complain. So, but the Buddha prays to stay in the forest. Not necessarily or not must stay. But only one bhikkhu, Bande Upali. Bande Upali is Vinaya respondent in the first Sangha Council. He want to go to renunciation to practice, or go to forest to practice. The Buddha not allow him. Why is although for him, although he stay in the monastery, normal monastery, he will get attainment. So if he go to forest, only for him beneficial. But if he stay in the monastery, other monks about the Vinaya, any doubt can ask him. Beneficial for him, for others. Because of this, for him, something to continue to stay in the monastery, like that. Generally, the Buddha may praise if someone go to forest, because it is more possible to get attainment, and more possible to have a good practicing.
So by right, they normally will go to a monastery first, and after they practice virtues, then they can go and practice alone as a forest monk, something like that.
Yeah.
They'll continue the practice.
Usually most of monks like that. Maybe 5 vasa, they learn how to stay with the teacher, also doing a service. After 5 vasa, usually they may stay themselves. 5 years. 5 years learn how to stay close to teacher. So after 5 years, as a rule, you can stay alone. Within 5 years, cannot stay alone. Must be with the teacher.
So how they take care of their dwellings? They actually do themselves? They really live, literally on their own?
Based on their karma, Some everybody want to donate. Some they may different karmas. Different karma. Mainly need to choose. For example, you may think you are Singaporean. For me, like from village, so I very easily to go around my village, especially where there is water, where there is like a forest. I know around my village. Although I know how to get food. So that is so Singaporeans, once I happened to say some meditations and they say, I had no electricity. So their problem is no electricity. So meditation must be with the electricity is a bit different. A bit different. So I'm also a bit worried. Before coming in here, also I'm worried. After I come back from Singapore, I may not be able to drink normal water. So because when we was younger, I saw in my village someone staying near the village. Usually they are like like us, teaching Dhamma, some attend some ceremony, take care of children, do teach Palis. One Bande is a stepper. He in the forest, may say forest monk, not doing anything about the lay people. He practiced himself, stay alone. So only one kudi, about 1 or 2 water tank. Yeah, no electricity at all. 2 water tank only. Maybe one of student or some bring with the shoulder water pot and pour water. Maybe one day may use just one water tank about this high. So stay like that. Yeah, because of coming basic, not so rich, those people are quite easy. So if a basic quite rich, not so easy. Everywhere you stay, no. But for the Myanmar, I think if you follow even Vinaya rule, very easy to get anything, dwelling in place. People have a lot of faith. If you can follow Vinaya rule, may not be single standard. If you go that village standard is very easy. Very easy like that. Yeah, very easy if I really want to practice.
So my follow-up question is, for this forest monk, normally lay people should not disturb them, right? Normally, let's say we know that this forest monk actually is inside this practicing. So normally lay people should avoid. How should
lay
we?
People is, that is mainly that monk's responsibility. Not lay people much. If he don't like, yeah, not to say you can come, not to say kananga, not to come and kananga, you may say. Because lay people also want to get a kusala, Like to get a kusala is your responsibility. You go try, but not to see situation. If you want to donate, donate. If he is accept, okay, you get a kusala. If he is pure or good, you have chance to accumulate kusala. Usually, because I stay in the forest, if not so famous, actually, they love people. People also love. Because of less people come to monastery. That advantage is like that. Don't do for the lay people any jobs. But the people like him. Because when people go, because of less people come to him, he can, he can like talk happily. Because alone, the whole day alone. So, like the monk near the village, although they are doing many for the lay people, talking, because of busy, cannot welcome lay people. Lay people, you go there because they are busy. You may not be so happy with that bandit. So forest monks are, lay people also rarely come. You also rarely find the people. They are once meet, they are happily saying. Although sometimes we do a lot of helping, but communications forest monks is better. Better because of lots of people. They may welcome. But some are so famous, so may need to stay far away more. Like a Paul theology, far is better. If so, can reduce people. If come to Singapore, someone have to stop. So because of this, even now Pian is like a bit far main road, Also become big now. No more. He should go a little bit further more. If so, no need to stop. Quite amount of people is quite nice. So because of this, he always choose very far. And it is something okay. So you should check how far I should go.
Just curious, because we hear from here in Singapore, we don't have a chance to really see a forest monk here. But I think this is I would say in the early Buddhism, we hear a lot about this forest monk. They are very highly attained. So just to understand their life,
So because Buddha time is a very good time. Nowadays, one thing is knowledge. Although some are stay forest, if you don't know, it is also not good. May not be so much benefit. Or I say object may be pure mind, but information not enough. Not enough. Someone not learn. Just may read something, go to forest. Nothing systematically practicing. Sometimes they may have something. Because even in Nimitta appear, some people think liberation, it is also possible. Because of very feel is very good. Something like that. So, it is one of problem. So, maybe stay with the teacher. For example, nowadays, let's say, situation, Pa-Auk theology, Pa-Auk meditation center is quite well known. Concentration about many informations. So, trying to get those of them fast. After that, go is seem to be better. Because we check about the Myanmar, other country, I don't know. Although they stay in the forest, maybe generally good, basic level is good, pure, but no have much concentration, no have much wisdom, I think, because they have a good mind, not enough. Sometimes we need effort. Power is controlled by schedule, controlled by teacher, well trained. So if we stay alone, sometimes only staying alone, we are not really working. Cannot control own self. Only like less object, a pure mind, but not meditating like a long schedule or something like that. It is one of a possibility. So knowledge secluded will be good.
Because in one of the Buddhist center, actually they say that in Thailand there is one particular place that actually there's monks that actually guide us how to do cemetery meditation. Go to the cemetery and then stay in the cemetery, and then you can actually build your training. So that's what some of them actually went, and then they actually share their experience. Actually in the cemetery, how they felt about life and this spiritual urgency. This kind of it's not recommended, right, for people.
Is you go and check. For example, Pa-Auk is, for example, we may say Pa-Auk, because of men improving is quite well known. We can ask many people, not only Myanmar, For example, Pa-Auk, foreigner also many are practicing. They can say how is their improvement, step by step, quite clear. So if you talk a few people who success, who are not successful people, how to practice, what is your improvement step by step. Once you hear, you may know what kind of knowledge, concentration, wisdom they have. How many people improving? Check. You go another place, ask, okay, what is it? Practice, what happened? After practicing, how to improve? If we listen others people, we may know we may be able to compare. How many percentage they are successful? How is their improvement? Based on that, we will know. If not talk, just to see some jobs about that very. Everybody can see dead body, but how much improving? In the same way, breathing we do. Here also we do. How many people are improving? For example, need to check. So, before we also trying to stay alone, trying to stay in the Pa-Auk. So I notice most of improvements are coming in from Pa-Auk, for example. Some bhikkhus not improve, but they want to stay peacefully, alone, go out. They themselves, without teacher, to improve a bit difficult. Just peacefully staying in the forest, like that. So sometimes need to check that. Maybe foreigner, maybe most of Myanmar people, some are because are not okay, they don't want to stay, they have own places they stay. Yeah, they're peaceful, happy, but meditation improvement is even one person, obviously, I cannot find. So, they themselves, they know Pa-Auk method, they're trying to practice Pa-Auk method, but not improve like that. Because of alone, you need to associate with the people who will come. You also know your experience. Because of meditation centers and teacher, other things they arrange. Once a schedule comes, we have to go to meditation or have to practice. 3:30 every day to get up. You yourself may not do. Yeah. So what is the reality? By staying in there. Yeah, occasionally we go back our own place, sometimes relax. After getting energy, go again. With the teacher. Yeah. Until now we may need to check. For example, although we are meditation teacher, trying to stay alone, how? Trying to stay with the teacher, how? With the teacher is a bit stressful. So anyway, most of the time we approach. Because of teacher, every day you need to report. Some guests they want to come to me. You should not come. I have to report. If I don't need to report, I may accept you. So if I accept you talking, no meditating, will not improve. Because of teacher, Pa-Auk teacher must come and report. So like that. Sometimes because of this, I need to check. Generally, we may go the most successful place, like Pa-Auk. Obviously, many meditation teachers are produced from there, not from other places, individual place, something.
Bante, I think when is it a defilement? If let's say a lay person only wants to offer to famous Bante or very well practiced, Bante. Yeah.
So, one thing is receiver side. Yeah, receiver quality. One thing is own quality. So, that is when you also find a few receivers. For example, you may know something, some behavior generally. If you know more, for example, today you have a chance to listen to Buddha's teaching. Some receivers are like doing a service maybe even in giving medicine, it is right or wrong. Firstly, you need to know, If you have a knowledge, you see something may know which receiver is can control their speech and body and mind, a little bit, but may not be not always correct. Generally, you may know their speaking, actions, mind or face. Only you can choose how you receive in this way. Maybe it's correct or not correct. So monks to monk may know more. So some may go by teachers. This teachers group are quite well. So if you want to know more, for example, first of all, may read like 2 to 7. What are the rules? If so, you can choose more correctly.
Okay, is it a defilement, let's say, for a lay to want to offer to dana a more senior bhikkhu compared to a junior bhikkhu?
Yes, more generally senior bhikkhu. Senior bhikkhu is more morality. More morality is a period. The same morality as a period. One very sure thing is, for example, as a bhikkhu, cannot do sex. It is a need to disrobe. Cannot kill human being. Cannot steal some amount of money. Cannot telling lie about the jhanas, attainments, without pretending having. So this rule must follow. Once you break this rule, you need to disrobe. Cannot ordain again. At least, if I'm 10 ones about this, better than younger ones. This rules. The other rule is not sure. About this rules are surely. The other rules are rebuilt again. This rule is cannot. So about this 4 rules are senior. Senior is better. Senior is better. But this is about this rule. Some follow all. Some occasionally break. It may have a difference. Meditation, improvement, minds and nature. Will be different. So, based on our karma, we find some people meet Buddha, like that female deva meeting Kaspa, only popcorn donate, go to deva. So because of their karma, they have chance higher receivers. So nowadays people, maybe you may have met before, previous life. For this life, only we have chance. Buddha statue or Bodhi tree or like Buddhas. The Buddha teaches how to pay attention as a life of Buddha. If the mind is the same, quality is the same, have some ways. Because of this, we offer food like a life Buddha. So trying to be the same for the mind. For example, some people may found Lee Kuan Yew respectable personally. Now people no more Lee Kuan Yew, only maybe statue. They may pay respect by thinking those are our hero or our father, something like that. So it is mind. So the Buddha teaches. Even one bhikkhu, morality or no morality, you pay respect as a sangha by reflecting in these qualities. If so, it is like a sangha dana, the same as donating a sangha. Something can choose in this way. And sometimes we will choose personally. Sometimes we will choose like as a sangha. We will prepare our mind. For example, someone teach Dharma, you may reflect Dharma because of Dharma or donate, not because of person's morality. So maybe as a Buddha statue, if you found a Bodhi tree, you found, may imagine Buddha. Like a general bhikkhu, you found as a Sangha. If someone talking, beneficial talking, if you have heard, may refer to the Dhamma. It is so receivers are like a Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. It is a mind's quality, all mind's quality. For example, Bodhisattva, even Brahman, Yujigai, who is very cruel, he donated his children, even his children. Because the Bodhisattva is a knowledgeable person. Even the earth shaking, like calling sadhu, sadhu. Not because of receiver's quality, his understanding. So, receiver's quality is also important. Own understanding also important. So, one question is in the Janakābhivaṃsa Sutta. Buddha donated Bhanisari Buddha. Bhanisari Buddha donated Buddha. Which one is better? So, explain. Buddha donated Bhanisari Buddha is better. Why? Because of understanding about the donations, Buddha is better. Because of wisdom. So, like that. So, sometimes, but receiver quality, if we see individually, then it's a higher receiver, better. Also have the donor's quality. Donor, for example, if you wish Nibbana, that donation will be for Nibbana. If you just wish as a human sensuality, only will be human sensuality. Even in the Buddha time, some are not trying to aim Nibbana. Receivers are very good. Only they do be reborn in the Deva realm. So, not much beneficial. Now you, for example, you don't find a Buddha, but you know how to wish for the Nibbana. If so, your donation is better than the donation in the Buddha time. Because one lady is want to be Deva female only. Like that. So sometimes not to focus receiver's quality, own quality. How to donate? It is instructed in the Buddha's teaching. How to donate? Some are because of compassion. So if some we have some rule. If someone asks, where should I donate? So Scripture say, where you believe, donate where you believe, where you have a faith. Yeah, higher receiver is higher. But if you don't have faith, your quality is very low. By doing the one you believe, you may be happy. Yeah, receivers are not high, but you are thinking again. Sometimes, very poor dog, very thin, you feed him, become very fat. You very happy. Dogs are not higher receiver, but in your mind, repeating that, not forgetting again. So, because of your quality, it can be better result. The one who donate Bande is quiet, serious. You go back. Also, you don't know how to value. It is also a problem. Only he may do his morality pure, but also you don't know how to value, nor you listen. Bande is not talking anything, not praising, no, may not do. So, yeah, as a receiver, but you may not think back again. This one is no entertain. May think like that. So, some are like that. Because of this, if someone asks, where should I donate? So, one saying is, where you believe. That does not mean higher receiver, no mean. because of other conditions still have other conditions.
One last short question. Sotapanna will not break 5 precepts. Which level of attainment must a bhikkhu be at before he will not break the 227 precepts?
227, only Sotapanna is sure. Ordinary people are possible to, how to say, ordinary people are not yet sure. Not yet sure. But some people may have ability.
What I understand is that for Sotapanna, they will not break the 5 precepts.
Five precepts.
Actually, I'm trying to understand, for a bhikkhu, must they be an arahanta before they will not break the 227 precepts?
But Sotapanna also not break. Sotapanna no break.
227 precepts.
Intentionally. Some are like possible. For example, sleep in the monastery. Kabya is sleeping in there. He don't know. Maybe I will wake up before dawn time, for example. But sleep cannot wake up dawn time. Like sleep together. If so, he commit. So have those things. It is unintentionally. In the Ratana Sutta mentioned about that. Like so, lay people, Sotapanna, although changing 7 lives that they have, 6 things will not do. Like killing mother, father, arahanta, breaking in Sangha unity, bruising in Buddha. So showing other religion as a teacher will not do. So explain 6 big things not to do is not only this 6 big things. Even small insects, he will not kill. He will not. Why was he don't do this 6 things? It is to blame ordinary life. Ordinary lives are, although we are Buddhist now, we know killing mother, father, not good. But once we change the next life, not so sure. Like that. Means ordinary lives are a bit dangerous. May have a wrong view next life. Sotapannas will not do, although next life, human or like that. Also, other religion will not refer as a teacher. This cannot be my teacher. No, not teaching right. This is wrong view. They are very clear. So, even killing, stealing, they will not do. Naturally, they will not do. Naturally, they don't want to kill. Mosquito or those, naturally don't want to kill. No need to avoid. That is the Dhamma nature. So, in the same way, Buddha's disciple, Bhikkhu, even Sotapanna, will not break intentionally. Some rules are, although no intention, it is apatti, offense. Like you sleep here, Kabya come and sleep something, maybe some rule I cannot remember. Although no intention, it is breaking a rule. Sometimes show. For example, Chatumadu, before eating, need to reflect. Once he saw, he like greedy, happen to eat. Happen to eat. Happen to eat. If so, that is a breaking a rule. If he know this, so he will do reflection, eat. But sometimes, maybe he is hungry, you just offer, he may eat it, something like that. It is although your intention no or no, it is something apatti. Those apatti they still have. Once they know, they will do confession. They will not conceal. They will not trying to cover. But about the killing, they will not do. Killing is must intentionally, you know. If because of itchy rubber, that is another. That is no mean killing. So, yeah, Sotapanna will not break 2 to 7 intentionally. Something without intention may do. Although do once they know, according to saying, like children happen to touch fire, will be back like that. They will do confession to the Buddha or fellow monks or wise people.
Thank you, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, sharing more. Idame punyam nibbanasa pachayo hotu mama punya bhagam sava sadanam vajemi tesave nesamam punya bhagam lavantu sadhu sadhu